Okay, I know I said I was going to come with this video at some point, but then I just knew at some point I would have to. So we know the war between the Xbox One and the PS4, just, it's pretty much over. PS4 won, and I mean big time this time around. Now, as I stated before, for the reason why Forza 6 lost out to Super Mario Maker, there's a couple of things. Hey, Super Mario Maker is just a fun game. And it still is. I mean, I still enjoy playing the hell out of that game. And not only that, we've had like three Forza games come out in 1 year, and I've only seen one person in the entire YouTube community actually mention that. Everyone else is talking about, oh, Forza just lost popularity. This and oh, it's just another genre racing game. No, no. Forza there was like what Forza Horizon 5, 6, and no, Forza 5, and then Forza 6, and then Forza Horizon 2. It, the Xbox One is it's only barely like what 2 years old now. Just bad. Three Forza games on a 2 year old system. I mean, three racing games of the same title on a two year old system. That's not a good thing. But then I also stated I don't know how Halo 5 would go. Sales came back. We know how good Halo did. Uh, According to the MPP numbers or whatever the fuck they call it. Because I just didn't give a shit. But, anyways, as it turns out, even though Halo 5 was a success and it did help the Xbox One in the month of October, giving Xbox One its third leap over her PS4. While the PS4 has had like 27 leaps, which is really not good. And seeing how Nintendo's, yes, their Wii U is a failure, but their 3DS is still selling like fucking rock, like a gangbusters, even though a certain someone out there, RXL, is, running around just saying, oh, Nintendo's completely failed. Both their systems have failed in sales. No, no. If you look at the number two console, it's the 3DS. It's pretty much just killing it along with the PS4. That's why the PSP is pretty much gone. I don't even Sony's not supporting PS or PS Vita anymore. I mean, the PS Vita dead. And Sony says they're not going to go back into the handheld market ever again. So, yeah, there's going to be no more PSP devices ever again. But going back to the topic, Halo 5. Well, as you all know, Halo 1, 2, and 3 were, well, first of all, Halo 1 is the reason why, Xbox became the hot property it became. And then Halo 2, and then, basically making the original Xbox compete against the uh, PlayStation 2, which was just next to impossible because the PlayStation 2 still won. And then the PlayStation 3 came out, and of course, you could tell by the end of the PlayStation 2 lineups that Sony was just making one disastrous clusterfuck after another. Then Halo 4, oh no, Halo 3 finally came out. Massive success. And then, another Halo, and then I believe Halo Reach was the last one because I don't know the Halo series. But I do know that the Halo, especially after 3, when the 360 came rolling around, Halo was just an unstoppable force, and everybody kept saying, "Where's the Halo killer? Where's the Halo killer?" We finally found the Halo killer, and it wasn't Call of Duty. It was Halo. Halo killed Halo. What do I mean? Well, then you gotta look at 343 Studios because Microsoft, for some bizarre reason, let Bungie go. They become back their own company again because, Bungie ended up begging for their freedom. And then 343 Studios, and they created Halo 4 and now Halo 5. And of course, the remastered edition, which was a complete clusterfuck. And I knew something was up because even though Halo 4 was a massive success, it wasn't exactly well received by many fans. And some of them weren't happy with it. And this even works for Hollywood movies. That when somebody doesn't like one movie and then its sequel comes out, it usually ends up losing a fuck ton of money, or ends up having less money spent on on that next title or in that sequel because no one liked the previous title. Because Halo 5, like I said, even though sold enough to still make to allow October, it barely even made enough to even go. I mean, to rival what Halo 4 sold. And the PlayStation 4 just killed it with Black Ops 3. I mean, yeah, it's Call of Duty, and I hate fucking Call of Duty and the repetitious bullshit they are. And to make matters worse, a property that was being processed more and more, and nobody has noticed this. But remember, Fallout 5, they had all those Xbox One bundles. Well, guess what? The PlayStation 4 version sold more, and there's some really bad stuttering in the Xbox One version, even though there are a ton of people just coming out with one bullshit drive. Especially the one guy like, oh, but they admit they had that on a USB stock drive. I watched those Digital Foundry videos too, and they admitted that one of the things they tried to do to fix it was they put it on a USB stock drive. All this protecting of the Xbox One brand or just the Xbox brand, which is clearly failing miserably and losing all their third party guys, it's gone from funny to just depressing. I mean, I almost don't want to reply to half these people anymore. It's literally just making me want to go back in a room and just cry. Like, stop owning yourself, guys. This is worse than the PlayStation fanboys back when the PlayStation 3 first came out. I mean, way the fuck worse. And half those people are now admitting that the PlayStation 3 wasn't a great system. And they're enjoying their PlayStation 4s. Sony learned that lesson. They learned that, to make a home console, they have to make a console that plays games. That it's not an entertainment center, it's a video game player. It's a gaming console. It plays games. That's what it's designed to do. Microsoft forgot that and then threw more money than what you could have had on. Geez, Microsoft just threw. And, oh, yeah. Then you have the Tomb Raider disaster. Tomb Raider just bombed. It's completely shattered and bombed. It didn't even make it. And now the PC port is sooner than expected, which is not a surprise. Now, everybody's saying it's gonna that Tomb Raider PS4 will come out by the end of like 2016. No, I think it's gonna come in about the summer of 2016, maybe even early. I suspect this because they're gonna want their money back on that game, and the PS4 edition coming out sooner than expected. It's the only way to do that. But yeah, it's over. All Microsoft had was October, one game, and it even fell short. Halo 5 barely even met Halo 4 sales. And it's still barely even meeting up with Halo 4 sales. Or even Master Chief Collection from that for that matter. I don't know. And Tomb Raider just didn't even hit the charts at all. And I'm worried because now that the Halo craze has ended and Halo 5 turned out to be a dud, mainly because it had an incredibly short campaign and a writing that seems to be written by a complete idiot. Because from what I understand, you have to read all the other Halo shit to know what the fuck's going on with Halo 5, and half the time, most even the strong Halo fans are now. And not only that, the Halo YouTube community is near dead. I mean, there's only like 4 or 5 of these guys left, maybe even less, maybe a few more. I don't know. But yeah, Halo's a shell of its former self. In 2016, what does Microsoft have? Gears of War. That's it. That's all they got. And yet there are still people saying, "Oh, but Microsoft had all these strong first-party titles just coming in." Yeah, and none of them did jack shit. In Fallout 4, which Microsoft made bundles for, sold better on their PS4 and PC than it did on the Xbox One, and plays better under those two systems. I'm still hearing the fans out there just trying to defend this bullshit. It's just sad. Really, really sad. That's all I got. I'm gonna just feel sorry and watch more Xbox fanboys just make more dumbasses of themselves. It's not a comedy anymore, it's a joke. See ya.